Let us now begin the things. हम लोगों ने पिछली क्लास के अंदर हिस्टोग्राम पढ़ लिया था. How to draw a histogram. We have already understood that. We are now going to study the other forms of graphical presentation. मैंने आपको बताया था discrete series को represent करने के लिए. अच्छा, कौन मुझे बताएगा? The only graphical presentation that can be used for the purpose of representing a discrete series. The only graphical presentation that can be used for representing a discrete series. What is it?
Line frequency graph.
Line frequency graph. So in the previous class, we have done line frequency graph. We have done all sorts of histogram. Now, we are on the next thing. And what is that? That is nothing but a frequency polygon. And along with that, we'll also be talking about a frequency curve and a cumulative frequency curve as well. Let us first talk about a frequency polygon. You know what is polygon? Polygon is a geometrical figure having multiple sides. बहुत सारी sides जिसकी होती है more than two sides. So it could be a triangle, that is also a polygon, a quadrilateral, or any kind of abstract figure having more than two sides, right? Now, whenever a set of continuous series is given to us, mind it, for representing graphical, continuous series on a graph, we must have an exclusive series. हमारे को जरूरत किस चीज की है? Exclusive series. So remember that. Imagine that a series is given to us. Class intervals are given, frequency is given 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, and 70 to 80. The frequencies are also given 4, 9, 17, 10, 8, 3, 6, and let it be 4, 5. Suppose this is the kind of information that is provided to us, and we have been asked to present this data through a frequency polygon. There could be various ways of making a frequency polygon, but I'll be telling you the easiest one. This is a continuous series with equal class intervals. So what you can do is, first step is to represent this data through a histogram. सबसे पहले हम क्या करेंगे? हम एक histogram बनाएंगे. So on x-axis, I have class intervals. On y-axis, I have frequency 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. Here I take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. Now, 0 to 10 is 4. So I draw a bar of 4 height. Then 9. 17. 10. 8. 3. 6. And 5. Right? We have made the histogram. Now what? हमने जब हिस्टोग्राम बना लिया है तो हर हिस्टोग्राम मतलब हिस्टोग्राम के हर बार का आप मिड पॉइंट आइडेंटिफाई करें. You have identified the midpoint of each of the bars of the histogram. Not only this, polygon is a closed figure. सो इससे अगला जो क्लास इंटरवल होगा उसका भी मिड पॉइंट लेंगे, सो 80 to 90 का मिड पॉइंट, और इधर 0 to -10 का भी मिड पॉइंट लेंगे. Now pick up a scale, ruler, and with the help of that scale and pencil, join these points with sharp edges. That means सारे points को अब हमें क्या करना है? We have to join them. And finally close it at 85 like this. Right? So the figure which I've got now, ये जो मेरे पास figure आई है, this is called as frequency polygon. इसे हम कहते हैं frequency polygon because we have represented each of the frequencies, you know, alongside the midpoint. हमें मालूम है 0 to 10 में 4 frequencies यानी 4 observations. But वो 0 to 10 में कहाँ है हमें नहीं पता. हमने average मान लिया that each of the observation is 5, and that is why against 5 I am showing 4 as the frequency. Against 15 I am showing 9 as the frequency. I'm simply joining them all in order to get a frequency polygon. Children, is that clear or not?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
जब मैं कहता हूं 0 to 10, there are 4 observations in this group. Now this could be 2, 3, 4, anything. But number of observations in this class is 4. I do not exactly know कि इनमें से वो कौन सी वैल्यूज हैं जिनकी फ्रीक्वेंसी 4 है. तो हम एवरेज ले लेते हैं. हम कहते हैं कि एवरेजली 5 is appearing 4 times. So 5 is appearing 4 times, 15 is appearing 9 times, 25 is appearing 17 times, and so on. We simply plot the points, join them together, and we get a frequency polygon. Children, I have got the response from Shreya, I've got it from Radha, Arnav, and Arav. Rest of the students, is it clear to everyone or not?
yes,
Yes,
sir.
Okay, all right. So that was about frequency polygon. बिल्कुल इससे मिलता जुलता एक और हमारे पास ग्राफिकल प्रेजेंटेशन है which is called as frequency curve. The only difference between a frequency polygon and a frequency curve is that in case of frequency polygon, we joined these points with the help of a scale. यानी हमने स्केल से ज्वाइन किया so that, now listen to me carefully, so that the area of the polygon and area of the histogram are exactly equal. अब देखिए, what is the area of polygon? The area that lies below this particular figure, that is called as area of the polygon. This area and area of the histogram are exactly equal. कोई difference नहीं है दोनों के area में. And this can be proven also. हालांकि हमें इसे prove करना आएगा नहीं, but this can be proven. अगर मुझे frequency curve बनाना हो, if I have to draw frequency curve, I do not have to use the scale. मुझे scale की जरूरत नहीं है. Frequency curve just gives an idea about the kind of data. Points हमने लिए, इन points को if I join freehand, instead of joining them by the help of a scale, if I simply join them freehand, this is termed as a frequency curve. Frequency curve just gives an idea about the kind of data, whereas frequency polygon gives us the exact values of the frequency in the data. So obviously of the two, the more useful is frequency polygon. However, I don't know आप में से कितने लोग मैथ्स के हैं और अभी आपके 11th क्लास में बाइनोमियल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ये सब है या नहीं है क्लास 11th में? Do you have binomial
सर अभी जहां तक पढ़ा तब तक तो नहीं आया.
अच्छा, अभी तक नहीं. जब हम बेटा हायर लेवल पर मैथ्स पढ़ते हैं तो वहां पर फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगन की बजाय भी ऑफन यूज फ्रीक्वेंसी कर्व्स, राइट, in a simple manner to give an idea about the kind of information. हमें कैसा डेटा दिया हुआ है इसका सिर्फ एक रफ आइडिया लगाने के लिए हम ऑफन फ्रीक्वेंसी कर्व्स का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. सो एक्यूरेसी ज्यादा फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगन में है, लेकिन यूटिलिटी एट हायर लेवल ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स you will find that frequency curve is relatively more useful than frequency polygon. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me now move to another very, very important way of graphical presentation. And what is that? That is called as cumulative frequency curve. Now, this cumulative frequency curve is also called as ogive. Children, in initial chapter, अगर आपको याद हो जब हमने organization of data पढ़ा था, तो उसके अंदर मैंने आपको cumulative frequency distribution बताया था, which was of two types. One, more than series, and the other one was less than series. What is meant by more than series and what is meant by less than series, you are already aware. I'll just take an example in order to explain that, rather recall it once again. Suppose the kind of data that is given to us is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, and 70 to 80. And the frequencies that are given to us is, let's say, 4, 9, 13, 10, 6, 8, 5, and 2. Right? Now, if the examiner asks me to convert this into a less than series, I'll be writing less than 0, less than 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. Now, because the data begins with 0, therefore it means that there is no value or no observation less than 0. So less than 0 is 0. Less than 10. All the observations that lie between 0 and 10 are less than 10. So less than 10, what is the cumulative frequency? 4. Then comes less than 20. 20 से कम. तो जो 0 to 10 है ये भी 20 से कम है, और जो 10 से 20 है ये भी 20 से कम है. The observations lying between 0 and 10, they are also less than 20. And the observations lying between 10 and 20, they are also less than 20. कुल मिलाकर 20 से कम कितनी observations हो गई? 13. Less than 30, this 13 plus another 13, which makes it 26. 26 plus 10, which makes it 36. Plus 6, 42. Plus 8, 50. Plus 5, 55. And plus 2, 57. The total observations are 57. And all these observations are less than 80. There is no observation which is 80 or more. So we'll simply be writing that all 57 observations are less than 80. Children, are you able to recall this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Are
Yes,
you
sir.
able to understand it, बच्चे? समझ में आया कैसे किया less than series?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if the same series has to be converted into a more than series, more than 0, more than 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. Dipra, can you tell me how many observations are 0 or more than 0?
So can you repeat that?
I said, how many observations are 0 or more than 0? अगर सेम डेटा मेरे पास है, कितनी ऑब्जर्वेशन 0 से ज्यादा है?
So 57.
Yes. All 57 are 0 or more. Now, if I ask how many are more than 10? More than 10, इसका मतलब 57 में से मैं वो वाली ऑब्जर्वेशंस माइनस कर दूं जो 10 से कम है. 10 से कम कितनी ऑब्जर्वेशंस है? 4. तो 57 minus 4, I get 53. Next, 53 minus another 9, I get 44. 44 minus 13, I get 31. Minus 10, 21. Minus 6, 15. Minus 8, 7. Minus 5, 2. Minus 2, 0. इसका मतलब there is no observation which is more than 80. 80 से ऊपर हमारे पास कोई ऑब्जर्वेशन नहीं है क्योंकि डेटा 80 पर खत्म हो गया. तो more than 80 is 0. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes,
we
sir.
have to do nothing. Yeah, so we have to do nothing now. अब हमें बस इस डेटा को एक ग्राफ पर प्लॉट करना है. That means we have to represent the cumulative frequency. So look at this. On x-axis, again, I'll be putting, let's say these are marks. And these are cumulative number of students. So यहाँ पर हम रख रहे हैं marks और यहाँ पर cumulative number of students. अगर less than बनाना है तो marks less than 10, less than 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. So less than 0 is 0. यहाँ पर अब 57 तक represent करना है तो I'll be taking the gap of let's say 10, 10 each. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So less than 0, 0, less than 10, 4. Then 13, 26, 36, 42, 50, 55, and 57. Join them with a free hand. That means no scale. सिर्फ स्मूथ हैंड से आप इन सारे पॉइंट्स को ज्वाइन कर देंगे तो the figure you'll be getting is called as less than ऊंचाई. Is that clear? Remember children, less than ऊंचाई will always be sloping upwards. Less than ऊंचाई कभी भी ऊपर नीचे नहीं हो सकता. It can never fall. It will always be rising. यानी it will always slope upwards towards the right. जैसे जैसे हम left, right से left जाएंगे, you will be finding that, sorry, left to right. As we will go left to right, it will be moving upwards. ऊपर की तरफ जाए. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
सिमिलरली अगर मुझे मोर देन ओजाइटी रिप्रेजेंट करना है तो मैं क्या करूंगा, आई बी ड्राइंग अनदर ग्राफ. फॉर एग्जांपल मैं इसी में दिखा देता हूं मोर देन. Now more than 0 is 57. I mark it here 57. Then is more than 10 is 53. I'll mark it here 53. Then 44. 44. Then 31. 31. 21. 15, 7, 2, and 0. And again, join all these points with a smooth hand, with a free hand, without using any scale or anything like that. We will be getting a downward sloping curve, and this will be called as more than ogive. Remember, more than ogive will always slope downwards, whereas less than ogive will always slope upwards. Less than ogive will always be moving upwards. More than ogive will always be moving downwards. Children, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So if I ask you now that immediately after the class, you'll be sending me one question each of frequency polygon, frequency curve, and ogives, both less than and more than. Would you be able to do that or not?
सर मेरी 9 o'clock तक क्लास है आज.
10 बजे भेज देना भाई, मुझे कोई ऐसी जल्दी नहीं है, but send it today. भेज
Okay,
देंगे.
sir.
It won't take more than 10-15 minutes. उससे ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा, 10-15 मिनट ही लगते हैं. So please do this homework and send it across so that I can understand that you people have understood these concepts. And I think that's it. This is about different types of graphical presentations. All right. There is one more left. एक और रह गई है. And that is called as time series graph. Very often used, बहुत commonly इस्तेमाल होता है time series graph. And I'll tell you that which all places you will find time series graph to be used. I hope you people have understood it. May I, erase it from the board? हटा दूं इसे?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, the last topic to be done in graphical presentation is time series graph. Now, what is time series graph? ये क्या? Children, time series graph का मतलब when our x variable is a time unit and we are representing some observation with respect to time. For example, let us suppose we are talking about inflation rate, yeah, wholesale price index in Delhi, yeah, in India. So let's say 2015, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. और हमें wholesale price index दिया हुआ है. For example, let it be 5.6, 6.3, 4.7, 3.9, then it goes to, let's say, 5.4, then 2020 it further increased to, let's say, 7.1, and at present is 9.6. सपोज ये डेटा हमें रिप्रेजेंट करना है, कैसे करेंगे? इट्स वेरी इजी, वेरी सिंपल. On x-axis we'll be taking year. On y-axis we'll be taking wholesale price index in percentage. Two 2015, 2016, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and 21. You could have directly, instead of writing 0 here, you could have directly started with 2015 also. That could also have been done, right? Now I'm taking the gap of, let's say, 1 each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. In 2015, it was 5.6. I'll be simply marking a point here. Then 6.3. Here, 4.7. 3.9. 5.4. 7.1 and 9.6. I don't have to do anything, simply take a scale, join these points. This is a time series graph. इसे हम बोलते हैं time series graph. Is that clear?
Yes,
यस
sir.
सर समझ आ गया.
हाँ, तो ऑफन आप लोग देखते हैं जब आप शेयर मार्केट का ग्राफ देख रहे होते हैं, उसमें कुछ इस तरह का आपको नजर आता है. सिमिलरली किसी चीज का प्राइस लेवल देख रहे हैं, प्रोडक्शन देख रहे हैं, whenever you are looking with in reference to some time, आप कल एक काम करिएगा, न्यूज़पेपर देखिएगा, उसका बिजनेस पेज, उसमें हर रोज शेयर मार्केट का ग्राफ आता है, एंड दैट इज अ डेली ग्राफ. उसमें एक्स एक्सिस पर रहेगा टाइम. 10 बजे मार्केट खुली, 10:15 पर क्या हुआ, 10:30 पर क्या हुआ, 10:45 पर, 11 बजे, एंड सो ऑन. And it is shown like this. मतलब ऐसे दिखा रखा हो. So that is nothing but a time series graph. कोई भी यूनिट हो सकता है टाइम का यहाँ पर. It could be year, it could be month, it could be week, it could be day, it could be hour. कुछ भी हो सकता है. और y-axis पर there would be some observation that could be represented. So in reference to some time, if we are presenting a particular information on a graphical plot and we join them together so that we get the shape of a curve like this, we call it as time series graph. Children, is that clear?
यस
Yes,
सर.
sir.
All right. So children, with this, इसके साथ हमारा graphical presentation is over. We started it in the last class and just in 2 classes, not even 2 classes. अभी आज क्लास तो पूरी हुई भी नहीं है. We have been able to finish graphical presentation thoroughly. हमारा complete हो गया, right? Now your job as students is कि आपकी book में जितने भी questions हैं, not just 4, you take your time. I'll not insist to send it today only, but please, because tomorrow is a holiday. कल आप सबकी छुट्टी है, right? So I would, appreciate if by tomorrow evening I can get all the questions from your textbook done by you in a PDF form sent to me. Is that clear? आप इस particular chapter तो जो 3-4 क्वेश्चन आप कर चुके हैं वो तो कर ही चुके हैं. उसके अलावा बाकी जितने भी क्वेश्चंस हैं वो किसी भी चीज से pertaining. More you will practice, more you will become expert in doing such kind of questions. Lesser time you will take an exam doing these questions, right? You must be aware after maybe 23rd or something, government is planning to open the schools also. So it might be possible that your schools now reopen. I'm talking about, in Delhi. Dipra, what is the state in Bangalore? Like, are the schools open or are they closed?
Sir, abhi to they've started shutting down again. So I
As
don't
they
think
opened in
offline.
UP?
नहीं, I mean offline school शुरू नहीं हुआ, but the lockdown did get lifted. So abhi they're again curbing all activities. So I don't think school जाना हो